Hello and welcome back to GeoGuessr, but in The Sims 3. Here we have the map from last episode, which was centered around Europe, and here is the updated version of the map. In this episode we will again go back to North America, and the first world we're going to look at is an Arbor, and I think this is more of a well-known world. Unfortunately, it is unpopulated. I didn't even know that. It's The Sims Realty world, if I remember right. Yeah, it is My Sims Realty, not The Sims Realty. It has these two parts, like here we have a more rural town area, but there are not that many buildings, and on the other side is a bit more of a city theme, but overall it is a normal size for a world. It has 113 lots, even though it doesn't look like that much, and I already put it down in Oregon. In the description of the world it says it has a swamp area, but maybe I misread that because I do not see. Is like, no, okay, this is just a graphic bug that this looks so pixelated. Yeah, I don't know what's happening in town view. Here we have some EA rabbit holes placed down, and okay, I just changed that we can see high detail lots a lot further because I'm not going into live mode in these videos, so it's a lot more easy to look at worlds when you have high detail lots in the options to the max. But in live mode this would cause a lot of lag, so I have to remember to turn it down again in live mode. Okay, so the thing that My Sims Realty does is they use the normal EA rabbit holes, which is nothing bad because they also do a very EA coded world. So this could be just an EA world because they do the style very similar, as also this world has a university. So this also could be nice if you want to send your sim to a different university world than the EA one. Oh, I always like those highway signs that lead into the city. I think this makes it a lot more realistic. There are a lot of fir trees, so I get why I put this into Oregon. So that makes sense. Here we have, maybe this is supposed to be the swamp area because of these kinds of trees. Ah, it's called a willow tree. I just had to look that up. So this area is actually the only part that looks a little bit more swamp, and luckily they didn't put any palm trees on the coast. Ah yeah, and something I also wanted to show you is the interior of that apartment. So My Sims Realty, as I said, does very EA styled places, so also the interior looks very similar to EA worlds, but I think just a little bit more detailed and nicer. So this is cute, but it's very outdated, I think, but that's also because The Sims 3 is an old game, and I think the My Sims Realty worlds are also kind of old, so all of their interiors just look like stuck in time, which is nothing bad, but that's just a thing that I always see in the My Sims Realty worlds. And not to waste any time, let's go into Google Maps, I think. Okay, so California is very overpopulated with worlds, and yeah, Oregon is still a bit more open. Like here we have, oops, Ah, yeah, there is the border. I just couldn't see it. There is Portland right at the border, which is Bridgeport. Huh, it's very green in this area, but also in this area, I think. Let's see, I will change into satellite, I think. And then just looks a bit less wooded than I would want. So I think I will go more onto this area. Yeah, I think this is more what I'm looking for, with a lot of fir trees, as I said. Very, like, this is already very good. Let's just see how the mountains in the back look like. Okay, they are not as wooded, but probably just to prevent lag. But yeah, this already looks quite similar, so I will try to stay in this area. Pleasant Valley. The only problem I have with it is that Ann Arbor is a bit more city-ish, and I think Blaine was more of a small town. Like, I didn't see a lot of... No, there are just very few houses. So maybe I find something a bit more urban. Okay, so I found, or just clicked on Salem. It's a bit more of a bigger town, but still very woodsy. But the only problem I have with it is that there are not a lot of mountains in that area, but otherwise I think this would fit a little bit better. But also it's quite a big city, I think, in comparison to Ann Arbor. Oh my god, this is okay, this is AI, isn't it? Like, this looks so fake. All the other places here in the area are just so super small town. And here is more of the mountainy area again, but also those places are super small and do not even have a lot of pick. It's always hard to decide to go more for the terrain or the... Oh my god, there is a Bridgeport in Oregon. Funny. So yeah, it's always a little bit hard to choose either to go with the type of city or village they have in the Sims 3 world, or to more orient on the terrain. Okay, so this city is called Eugene, and it has these mountains in the back and a lot of fir trees, and it's a bit more city-ish. I think I will go with that. Also, all of these brick buildings are also a good fit. So yeah, I think that's actually a good fit for Ann Arbor. And with that, we are done with Ann Arbor. And the next world we're going to look at is Kalooni. Okay, so here we have Kalooni. It is pretty small. It has only 27 lots, and it is on this like rocky, mostly rocky island with a few sandy beaches. The houses are cute, but I would say they're very EA coded. I think this world is also by Nilxis, as I read in the description. It's one of their oldest worlds, I guess. It is from 2011. And what I think is pretty cool with this world, like, do you see this overhang here? And this not actually a street going through that building, but actually just a fake street, which is so interesting. I have no idea how it still has this zebra crossing right here. I have no idea how this is done. Only that on the lot itself, they just painted the floor so it looks like it's a street. But that's pretty cool, and they did the same thing on this building here. Here the connection is even less obvious. So very cool idea. The houses, I don't know. For the Terra, I thought this probably could also be somewhere in Europe, I guess. And also Kalooni didn't sound too American to me. And as Nilxis does a lot of very diverse worlds, especially I think Spanish worlds, like they did the Barcelona world and also the one that I placed in Mallorca. But I don't know, with the architecture it's just not, it's not that European but also not too American. I'm kind of in between what I want to do with it, but I thought I probably put it like here around Nova Scotia. I don't know, maybe even here? I do not know. Newfoundland is here. Okay, so I do have one world in Newfoundland, none in Nova Scotia. I have to look at the terrain first, if it would even be a good fit. I don't know, maybe it also could be in Europe, but the names David, Ramona, Jorge? I don't know, this could be also in Europe, but let's see. I saw another person here. How is she called? Yeah, this doesn't... Lirios. Okay, so Google tells me that Lirios is more of a Spanish or Portuguese last name. It also, her friend is called Bob Hernandez. I don't know, the first names are giving more of a American vibe, but the last names are a bit more Spanish. Like, let's go into this family again. Paula, David, yeah, Jorge, Ramona, and Rosa, Alba Molina, Sergio, Santiago, and Judith. Yeah, it sounds very Spanish, Portuguese, that area. Maybe I put it into Europe. It just was a bit confused about the architecture. Okay, so one thing that could... how are they called? They are called Johnson. This is very American. But I wanted to look at the... there was a church. Okay, no, the church could also be American. I don't know, with all the paneling. This is so American. This is very hard. We actually have a soccer field, not a football field, which would also speak for Europe again. Okay, so I will look into Nova Scotia first. Ooh, okay, so these houses look more Scandinavian. Let's see more up here. Okay, they have very colorful houses. Here are more of these rocky beaches. Like, this is... like, see, this paneling on the church. This is... I don't know. Obviously, I was not everywhere in Europe, but I don't think that I ever seen a paneled church in Central Europe. Yeah, like, this is more of... okay, this is paneled, but also very different. Yeah, they're mostly brick or plaster. Oh, this... okay, I can't zoom in into this picture. This looks more American. Yeah. Okay, then I will go into Newfoundland. It's more green again. Let's see if I can find some more rocky beaches like here maybe. But then again, there are these colorful houses. Okay, here we have more of a rocky area like this. It's called Rocky Harbor, so it makes sense. But the houses are so colorful. They just look very different to what we see in Kalooni. Okay, I will... So it's said Portugal or Spain. Okay, they also have some very rocky beaches around in Portugal. The houses are mostly plaster, like I haven't seen one with paneling, so that's what I mean. This whole paneling on houses thing is just not that typical in Europe. So that's why I would guess this more into America. It's just... and the Sims can be changed, even though I would probably not do that. But I would also not completely change out every house. Like, this is kind of paneled, but I think it's more like a metal sheet. Yeah, okay, we'll go back into America because Europe just doesn't make sense for me. And maybe... Vancouver Island is also too green. Everything is so green. Alaska... But it's so snowy up here. Like, the trees would fit. But it also has a lot of brushes. Not only trees. Wow. Whoa. Okay, this is... this is beautiful. Oh my god. Insane. Very pretty. This is like probably not that many people that live in this area. But Kalooni also looks like not that lived in. Okay, this is a bit too much of a city type place. This is too green and not rocky enough. Yeah, I guess this will take a while. So I will be back when I finally found something a bit more fitting, and I think the first best thing I will find will be turned into Kalooni, because it's not easy pinpoint where it could be. Okay, so I think I searched for half an hour when I opened this world up. I didn't think that it would be that hard to find a place that is similar, but I think I have to go with this one. Like here on these pictures, at least it's a little bit rocky. I know most of the place looks very green, and also the houses are again very colorful. I don't know where yeah, it's more greenish than Kalooni does look. The houses are very different, but I searched all over the US and I just couldn't find a place that has similar houses and similar terrain. So I'm going to go with Saint Pierre here. I think it's Canada probably, but I guess it still counts into Nova Scotia because there is this border. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I will go with that and put it into Canada. And with that, we're done with Kalooni and we'll get into Strangetown. Okay, and here we are in Strangetown. As I said in another video, I never played The Sims 2, and this is a world, I think probably a complete copy of The Sims 2 Strangetown. I have absolutely no idea how accurate it is, but it looks pretty cool. Like the terraforming in the back is amazing. Like the distant terra is perfect. I don't think that this is the one from Lucky Palms. And just the placement of everything is just done really nicely. Everything is stretched out a lot. These terraced hills look very cute. And here we have some more, I don't know, a farm or something. A lot of cacti here everywhere, which is pretty cool. And I think this building, oops, that I chose, I have seen pictures of it. I don't know if it, like, I think this is probably exact copy from the Sims 2 well. And here we have some rabbit holes. Like, I think this world is pretty cool. And probably if you know the lore of Strangetown from the Sims 2, it would be even more interesting. Oh yeah, there is a motel here, which is also pretty cool. And oh, a destroyed pool in the back. Ah, okay, so this is not actually a pool like the one in, was it Twinbrook? Like a fake pool made with the constrained floor elevation and some foundations. Yeah, I think that's how that works. We have a diner here, and here in the back are some train tracks, which is also something I really like in worlds. I think I said that a lot. And where was this area? Ah yeah, the little roundabout with, oh my god, okay, some graves, and this seems to be an empty grave. Okay, creepy. And here we have some more mansion-y type of houses, even though those do not look like mansions. They have a really massive driveway though. Okay, interesting. With this view. Yeah, I get it. Very cool. Like, this is a very pretty world. And to place it down, it's probably somewhere in this area again, maybe Nevada. Okay, so I put Lucky Palms into Las Vegas because it makes sense with the casino in Lucky Palms. And then I will just see if I put Strangetown more here. So let's see how the area looks here. Okay, it's not as orange, but here are some massive cacti. And it's a bit green, but as we've seen in Strangetown, there's also some greener areas in town. But overall, it's looking a lot more green than I expected, especially because this area looks so brown. So maybe this view, like these round things, I already have seen them in Utah. This looks very strange. Okay, this is a bit more sandy and not green, but also there is no actual village. Ooh, okay. This looks interesting. I don't know if I would dare to go swim there. I don't know, it looks a bit scary in the middle of nowhere. But it's interesting for sure. Okay, so Las Vegas is down here. A lot of those places just do not have pictures. And to be honest, in those deserty areas, I also... Oh, we're again here. Okay. There are also just not a lot of places in general. Okay, so this is... Oh, okay, this is near Area 51 as it seems. So what? Amargosa Valley. It's right over Las Vegas, but I think it's probably right here. But if I just change the Lucky Palms tag to the other side, I could make a pin here with Strangetown, I guess. Yeah, I think I could do that. So I think I will use this town for Strangetown. By the way, Strangetown has around 110 lots, so it's like a normal EA world from the size, and it's also populated with probably all of these Strangetown Sims from the Sims 2. Like here we have Laszlo Couriers, Pascal Couriers, and Whitcomb Couriers, and a baby called Tycho Couriers. Is this okay? Seems like it is an alien baby, but don't they look different? Like this baby is actually just green and not actual alien baby. But yeah, if you know, you know probably if these are Sims 2 characters. I do not know that. But for now we place down Strangetown in Nevada. And the next world we're going to look at is Oasis Landing from the Into the Future expansion pack. And here we have Oasis Landing. I always had this expansion pack, but I think this is actually my first time ever going into the future, which is kind of embarrassing. There are so many parts of The Sims 3 I never really used because I just didn't care about it. And while looking over Oasis Landing, I kind of realized that it's probably stupid that I want to put this into my world map, because it is supposed to be the future, so every architecture here is just intensely modern. Like those houses I think I could put somewhere in the world, but especially those futuristic rabbit holes here. Maybe I could put it into Singapore. I guess that would make the most sense, I guess, because they have this super modern kind of architecture. But maybe, yeah, maybe I just leave it out. Putting it into the list was probably a bit stupid of me, but at least for the first time I actually see Oasis Landing firsthand, because I think I saw it in some Let's Plays, so I know how it looks like, but I did not know it firsthand. And it's pretty. I like it. I know there is a utopian version and a dystopian version. And is this already the utopian version, or is this just the normal version? Okay, so as it seems, this is actually the neutral version, and the utopia version seems to be... Ooh, okay, this is the utopia version, and this seems to be the dystopia version. So we are in the neutral version right now. Interesting, very interesting. And this is the wasteland crash site. Okay, just because this is a geoguessing video, I think I will just go into Singapore and see how modern it is. But like Singapore has some crazy modern builds, like some these these sky gardens, or is it like at the airport? I saw pictures of it, and actually friends of mine already visited, and they also said it's insane. Also, like, this is it's so crazy. You wouldn't see that in Europe, but I don't think that it is modern enough to pretend that it is Oasis Landing. And to be honest, I don't know if you could actually travel to Oasis Landing. I will try it out. Can I travel? Okay, I can't travel. Okay, I would need to save at least once so that I can travel. And this is the... okay. So, yeah. Like, I wouldn't have needed to Google this if I would have looked here, but I didn't even know that this existed. Interesting. Yeah, but yeah, I think I will leave that one out, but I will just leave it in the video just for completion's sake. It's very pretty. I really need to make a storyline where I go into the future. I love those kinds of builds, like this super modern kind of echo with the moss or grass on the roofs is just so pretty. I always like this kind of architecture a lot, like a little tree here up on the roof. It's so pretty. And oh, okay, so there's even a door here so the Sims could go out and enjoy the view and go up on these roof gardens. This is so cool. I like that idea. I hope this is actually how the future is going to look like. But okay, so Oasis Landing will not be GeoGuessr because it's kind of unnecessary. So the next world we're going to look at are the Manave Isles. Okay, so these are the Manave Isles. And as I just found out, this place is inspired by the Sims Castaway stories. Like, I played the Sims Castaway on the Nintendo DS, but I think it's a different game than this is referencing. And to be honest, I had no idea where to place it. I first thought about Hawaii because of this big volcano crater here, but I already do have... Oh, where is it? There. Oh, okay, so I only have one Hawaiian. Huh. Okay, so actually I thought I had two Hawaiian worlds, but as it seems I only have the Isle of Oahu and the Manave Isles, which changes my approach to this. So I googled a little bit and was searching where the Sims 2 Castaway stories, what was actually the inspiration for the world, and it told me it was either Fiji, Hawaii, or Pentecost Island in Vanuatu, which I don't know, to be honest, but it seemed like a very pretty place as well. From the architecture, I actually could be both, I think. Okay, it's very nice. And then there is this island that is formed like a little turtle, or more like a massive turtle. And all of these cute pink flowers on the floor and everything looks just like a tropical paradise, to be honest. So this would, I think, also be a good place for a nice vacation, or maybe even a honeymoon for your Sims. Yeah, there are some more houses. Like, I think you could probably put a resort at some of the lots. Or, I mean at one of the lots. Like, I like how this looks like, but you probably could turn this into a resort if you would want to. But yeah, it's a very pretty island, and to be honest, I do not know why I only gave it 2 stars. I think it deserves 3 stars. It is only 29 lots, and as you've seen, it's also populated, which is nice. And okay, so there are a few more nice... How did this look? This is also a very cute kind of tropical island, but it's a lot smaller than the Manave Isles. And we have a few worlds that are in Oceania, like New Zealand, Australia, and maybe like Indonesia or the Philippines. I haven't decided yet. I'm really unsure where to put it. Okay, so I didn't know. Okay, Fiji is located here. Let's look. These are not a lot of pictures. I expected more, to be honest. Let's go to Suva. Okay, this seems to be a big city. Are there also pictures of smaller locations? Yeah, it's very tropical. Very pretty for sure. Yeah, this is a bit more like the world of the Manave Isles. Okay, but actually I want to look into Hawaii because as I've read, I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but the Fiji does not have volcanoes. Ah, yeah, and I also read, I think this island or one of those islands is not for tourism because it's sacred, so I will, I think, also not put any marker there. Ooh, this is, I think I will go with this because there is this huge, it looks like a volcano crater for sure, and when I place down my pin it will completely, yeah, fill out the whole island. Ah, okay, so as it is so small I couldn't even paint all of those little islands on there, but I think I will use this island for Manave. Which was the one that was sacred? Like, it looks like there are still, oh, okay, there are still resorts. Okay, this would also be a good fit. Like, it's so pretty. Oh my god. I know it's really bad for the environment to travel, and also I think there's a little bit, not a little bit, but an actual big problem with over tourism in Hawaii, so it's not that good to travel there, but it looks so amazing. This is so beautiful, but there are so many beautiful places on the world. Huh, it's so pretty. Okay, I think I will just use, what did I have, this place, like this resort, and use this as the location for the Manave Isles. And also I tag Oasis Landing as fantasy just to give it a tag, and I think I will do that with other fantasy worlds. There will be a few, and I don't know if it would make sense to do this in a GeoGuessr video, so maybe I will do some nice fantasy worlds in one video at some point and just show them to you which ones I found. But for now, that's it. So we're done with the 5 or more like 4 worlds for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've seen some nice worlds that you would maybe also like to play in. I will link them down below in the caption or in the comments, depending on what of those options actually works. And I hope I see you in the next video. Bye!